I'm Bill Martin, Public Safety Business Manager with FAAC Incorporated out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm here with Chuck Deacons. Chuck and I have been with each other probably, so to speak, about 15, 17 years now. And we've seen quite a bit in this industry. Chuck has a lot of experience prior to us joining up as a customer of ours and running his own driver training simulator program. So what we want to do is bring you different aspects of how the simulator can be applied to driver training program. We're all very well aware of the use of flight simulators in flight training and how it's synonymous with the flight training program. Even the acceptance of simulators now for racing, in driver racing. But there's still quite a bit of skepticism about the use of driving simulators when it comes to professional drivers. And we've seen some of that ourselves and programs that have unfortunately fallen by the wayside. So really the idea here is to give you a background into the use of the driving simulator and how it can be applied to training, in driver training, how it can be used in a professional driving driver training program.
Bill, I appreciate the opportunity to do this because it's a little bit different angle. It's not just, hey, this is our simulator, buy it. This is an actual application of training. What do we do with it? I've come across in training many very experienced instructors who, although they're so experienced in the classroom, they're not really experienced with this particular tool. And they look at it and they go, what do I do with this? How do I put this into my program? Yeah. So I'm hoping the series takes us down that path. We're able to break out certain questions, certain aspects of the training, so that the end user can see this prior to showing up at their
yeah, and I think one of the things we want to show them is how this complements maybe an existing EVO program, and it's not here to take the place of that behind the wheel experience.
That's correct, and that's one thing again that your company has done very well with me is I've always been able to keep my allegiance to my profession, and that is, I want to tell them straight up how this is and how it works. And with the simulator, it's a different tool in the classroom. It's almost like an opposite, but it's different. It's much more student-centered. It's much more practical application based. So the instructor has to kind of shift positions a bit and adapt to the training and talk less and ask more questions. And the power of simulation training is in the after-action review. Yes. It's not while they're driving.
Yeah, and really, how is technology has advanced over the years we've been together working on this, but the acceptance of it hasn't really changed. Right. And one would expect the technology to have brought along those skeptics.
And it's growing, it's coming along. But the other aspect of this is we're going to be covering the fundamentals of training on a driving simulator. So it's not limited to my background of law enforcement only by any means, right? Sure. I mean, it's going to be open more to any public service response or even larger apparatus vehicles, whether it's a fire truck or a dump truck, a city yards truck, or a transit, or even a semi truck for that matter. The principles of teaching on the simulator, the driving simulator, are the same across the board. Yeah. The individual aspects of what they're training is different, but everything else is the same.
Yes, and I think one of the things we should do in this series is sort of dispel some of the myths about the simulator and simulation training. The big elephant in the room, like simulator adaptation syndrome. I think we should deal with things like that as well and help people understand how they can overcome some of these, the Achilles heel, I think, of this industry.
Yeah, because my experience training throughout this country and a few trips even overseas to other countries is that the SAS, the simulator adaptation, everybody feels sensations in these. Sure. But that's not a reason to kill the program or to stop it from moving forward. There's many sites that are very successful, have put thousands of students through this, and they've dealt with the SAS and it's fine, and we can move forward. I'm very much looking forward to that series because there's so much I want to say about it. Sure. Just to keep the programs running, because we know that there's great value in this program.
Sure. Yeah, and we hope that through this series of short videos that if you've acquired or you've taken over, adopted a program that from a previous training group, that you may be able to take these videos and apply them to your own program and get your own program running and make it as successful as these programs can be.